boys, what's going on? It's Ordinary here. This is episode 12 as the GM of the Phoenix Coyotes. And we have been kind of on a tear lately, if we look back. It's 1, 2, 3 out of 4, 5 out of 7, and then kind of rough patch there, but then you go back, just wins, all down the board. And I just checked before I started recording this, and our team is first place. So we've passed Calgary and Edmonton, and so is LA apparently. So they must have hit some sort of rough patch. But our division is still easily top of the league. If you look, 76 or fucking dyslexic, 67, 66, 64, and 64, and then the Central Division can't match that. The Atlantic Division can't match that, and the Metropolitan Division cannot match that. So the top 4 teams in the league are coming from our division, and we are at the top of that. So hardest division in the league, clearly, but we are still winning, and that is a good thing to see. So this episode, we're all about getting up to the trade deadline, seeing if there's any trades to make. You guys didn't really point anything out to me, so looks like I'm on my own for this one. But the trade deadline is right here. We'll go up to the day right before it, just so we can evaluate the team real quick and see if there is a player we got to get rid of, and maybe check out some prospects on other teams and whatnot, because that's kind of like what I like to do is pick up players as we go, so our team's always competitive. Fucking couple losses there. So maybe we're not the President's Trophy winning team every year, but we're always making the playoffs and we're always doing well. And that's kind of how I like to build my teams. Once you have a good team going, I don't like to trade my prospects away for good roster players that are like rentals. That's not my style. I prefer to maybe trade away those players that are about to retire, even though we have a good chance at winning and they're good players, and picking up prospects that we can use for, 8 or 9 years, right? That's kind of more how I roll, even though it's you wouldn't really see that in real life because it doesn't make too much sense. But some teams have been really good with that. Detroit is one of them that has kind of stayed competitive forever. Since Chicago was shitty, they've been good since then, and that's kind of been a long period of time. What's that, like 6 seasons they've been solid. Boston is another one of those teams. Pittsburgh's been good pretty much since Crosby came on. They had a few really bad seasons, but then ever since 2006 they've been making the playoffs. So there's a few teams that manage to stay strong, and that's kind of what I'm trying to go for. Is I don't want to run the show for 3 seasons and then be sucking dick there at the bottom for the next 3, right? So hopefully I can manage to do that. Oh, we got scouting to do. Last video we were scouting out the shit out of these Scandinavians. Top 10. He's looking just right fresh. There's only 9 of them, so we do have a good idea of how good these players are going to be. We might as well hit up a different league now. There's not a lot of good prospects in North America right now. This Palin guy is looking to go first overall, so maybe we'll scout him out a little bit. It's going to be 6 weeks for these 9 forwards. There's 2 that are solid, so we'll just do it once. It's going to be hard to get one of those top picks, right? So it's not like there's a huge point in us doing this. So 2 more games before the trade deadline. And then we can look at what teams are shitty, so if we want to get their picks and whatnot. If we're still in first here, which we definitely could be. Are we still in first? No, we dropped down to tie for second in our division here. And Carolina's been picking it up a little bit, although we still do have the top 4 teams. So it's going to be a tough one. We're pretty much guaranteed to make the playoffs, but we will have a tough game, because if we drop down to 4th in the division, we're going to be playing either LA or Calgary, or Edmonton, right? So whatever fourth, whatever place, fucking, I can't even speak. Whatever team gets fourth place is going to be ranked 7th, right? So they'll be against the second seeded team, which right now would be LA. So LA would probably rather play any team from the Central, but that's not how it's going to work. Whatever team gets last in the Central, which right now is Winnipeg, would be playing Calgary, and the second seeded team would have to play LA, would have to play Edmonton. So right now we're probably in a better spot than to be in second, because we get to play what would it be, the 6th. So 1, 2, we'd be playing Chicago, which would be a much better matchup than having to play Edmonton. And at the bottom of the league right now, there's Dallas with 49 points and the Islanders with 49 points. So if we could grab one of their draft picks, that'd be very good. Minnesota's also not doing so well. New Jersey Devils aren't doing too well. And there's a few other teams in our division, San Jose, Anaheim, that aren't playing too hot. Where is GM options? We'll go to the trading block, see if they're... Oh, I didn't mean to go to trade players. Go to the trading block, see if there's any prospects that are already kind of good, which is kind of what I do. Clear. So if I go to like 17 to 21, and you guys should, I'm not going to try to teach you how to play the game, but this is a pretty good way to keep your team good for a long time. Keep that there. So we're looking at like, we'll go to 4 red stars to 5 green stars. Anyone that's 17 to 21 that fits in this category. And then instead of just doing that, you go down to overall and bump this up into someone that you could use in the next year. So like a 78. Is there any prospects that are already 78? There's 5 of them. See, Drew and McKinnon, obviously we're not going to be able to get those guys. But Hartman, Philip Forsberg, and Scott Lawton are all decent prospects. They're 21 years old. Of course, they're 4 red stars, right? There's no one in between the very good and the very bad, which is just kind of how the game works out. But those could be players we go for. Like any of these guys would be an upgrade to what we have right now, and their trade value is not so high, and they could be getting better, right? Like they have time. Since I didn't like really any of those players, though, I bump it up maybe a year, see if we get... There we go, we get a few more guys. And there's the gold star players here, right? So, Zibanejad, Yakupov is on our team, Galchenyuk, Huberdeau, Nugent Hopkins, like these are the kind of guys that we could pick up. They do have a lot of trade value, so we are looking kind of more at these players down here, but... I will do the same thing with defenseman here. Make sure this is set to any, so it's not only taking the best players. Overall. And I know there's a way to make this go up faster than what I'm doing, but I always fucking forget it. 78. Okay. Anyone here for D? There's just the 3 of them. Who's this Seeloff guy from Calgary? He's not even playing for them. He's a 78 overall right now, 21 years old. Ooh, he's just 4 red stars, though. So those are the kind of prospects I would like to go after. I'll do it for goalies, too, but there's a decent chance that we're not going to find anyone here. Our goalie might actually... No, he's a 75, isn't he? Our backup. So if there's any prospect goalies, we will see them here as well. Oh, it's that fucking... There we go. No results, see? What about at 22? Oscar Dansk, the Swedish goaltender. So he's 78 at 22 years old. He's Columbus, isn't he? Philly. He's got a decent chunk of trade value to him, though. We're going to bump this up to 22 before we get out of this trade block. Of course, we see more players. Cody Ceci's an 81, top 6 right now, 4.5 red stars. That could be a really good pickup for us. The red star players always have low trade value, and they still turn out. I mean, obviously it's not as good as a gold star player, but there's definitely nothing wrong with picking up someone like CC. So CC would be one of the players I go after. For forwards, there was Scott Lawton, Ryan Hartman, and Philip Forsberg were the three with low trade value. Boone Jenner's the oldest and the worst, so I'd probably skip him. Lawton, Forsberg, Hartman. So Philly has Dansk too, but Philadelphia, Nashville, Chicago, and Ottawa. Yes, sure, let's say that. And then I'm always down with first round picks too, especially from teams that are not as good this season. So Dallas, I was going to say before I get there, see if I can remember. But it's Dallas, New York are the two really shitty teams. And we'll hit up the trade deadline now. I know lots of people like to do trades the day before the trade deadline, but it's kind of cheap. So I'm not going to do that. And we have 4 phones now, so why do that, right? Where's Scott Lawton? Oh, he's way down here. See if any of these guys want to be given up, first of all. So it was Philly had Lawton, Ottawa had CC. They don't want to give him up. The Islanders, do they want to give up their first round pick? Yes, but it has so much trade value. It's probably not going to happen. They don't want to give up their first. Nashville has Forsberg. He's a centerman, isn't he? Yeah, they don't want to give him up. Minnesota's doing really shitty. I know Dallas was, but Minnesota was still kind of near the bottom. They have their first round pick, and they want to give it up. And they have Chicago's as well. Los Angeles, they're doing well. Dallas was doing poorly. They don't even have... Oh, yeah, they do. It's right here. They just don't want to give it up. They have a few first-rounders, so they're looking for a rebuild. And then Chicago had Hartman. And that was the 4 players we were looking at. And they don't want to give them up. So, let's see, first of all, who do we have as trading chips on our team? Yakupov, no. Verbata, no. Adam Ernie. No one wants them, to be honest. These are some guys we picked up early off the bat from Tampa as prospects that haven't really turned out yet, but they still could. 4.5 Red Star players, that's pretty much what we're trying to get right now, so no point in getting rid of them just yet. Moss we need for depth right now. And then left wingers, we've got these 4 that we can't get rid of because that's our team. And then centers, Dauphin, I'm sure you guys, if you know who I am, you probably watch Jonas Bourbon, so you know that he's probably going to turn out to be a stud, so I got to keep him. Domi, he's got trade value to him, and that could be a trading chip for us. I know he's a good prospect, 4 gold stars, and he's pretty much going to be something good, but look at his trade value. We could definitely use him in something. Right now, he's looking like one of the few things we have to trade with. So it's Hansel and Ribeiro, our 1-2 punch down the middle, and then Talbot and Colborne, and then we have McMillan and Chipchura both on that 4th line because we don't have many wingers. So I'm going to go ahead and put Domi in, and then on D, I don't know if we have anything we can waste. Hayden, not going to trade him. That was our big draft from our last year. So we took this guy 10th. We thought he was going to be a little bit better than he is right off the bat, but look at his trade value. That's a good sign for us to see that he's probably going to be good. So don't want to trade him. Gormley and Ekman-Larsson, they're staying. Summers is staying. Stone is staying. McCulloch, we don't need him. That's another player we could trade. He's listed as top 4. We have Moore and Schlemko that aren't even playing right now. They're in the AHL, and they're at 79 overall. So I'm going to toss him in there too. And then our first round pick isn't going to be worth anything this year. So this is kind of the only thing I'd be willing to trade. Is there a team that wants all three of these things? Probably not, because McCalloch and Domi are totally different. New Jersey, they didn't want to give it their first. Islanders don't want any of it. Philly wants McCalloch, so we can do McCalloch for Lawton straight up. Might not go through, actually, now that I'm thinking about it. But that's a player, like, he's already third line center. He's already an upgrade off on our fourth line. But if we're trading McCalloch, I'd like to get CC, so we can keep our other two players down in the minors. And they want to, yeah, let's do that. That's a good trade for us. See, that's what I mean by like trying to just stay competitive. Like CC is obviously should have more trade value than McCalloch. He doesn't, and they want McCalloch, so this could really easily go through as long as these guys. Is it right bumper now? Yeah, let's see. Salary cap. See, they don't have much money, but we'll see what they say. Yeah, so we got CC and they got McCalloch. McCalloch wasn't even in the top point scoring defenseman for our team, so I'm not too worried about it. And then Domi has so much trade value though. Like we could get something good for him. 64. Who was one of the players? Let's see, let's keep him. Let's keep him. And what we're gonna do instead is just swap our first round pick with another team and hope that we win the Stanley Cup and that it was a good trade. Carolina's not gonna win. So we'll trade it with Carolina. If this doesn't go through, I'll have to add like a second or something, but they want it, so it might. No, see. We'll have to add in like some garbage that we don't care about. But that's another kind of greasy thing that I like to do that you would never see in real life, is just swap first round picks with another team because I have confidence in my team that we're going to do better. So we'll toss a fifth and some unsigned piece of poo that we don't care about. Like, if you're 50 at age 20, you're not going to be very good. They want them. And do we have any other unsigned poo that I can toss in here? 53, 21, right winger. So this will go through for sure. I mean, yeah, totally. I might just edit that out because that's embarrassing. That should have gone through. Fucking Greece. Carolina, you bastards. So maybe it's not Carolina. Maybe it's a better team that wants to give up their first. Colorado, there we go. Do they want ours too? That'd be too funny. No, they don't. But I haven't found out yet in this game. I don't know if you guys know. If a player is red, does that make the trade easier to go through than if your player is green? You know what I mean? Like, Colorado's, what's it called? Their first round is red right now, but ours is not green. And then with Carolina, ours was green, but theirs wasn't red. So which one is easier to go through? Like, you'd think it would be exactly the same, but I don't think it is. So if I do the exact same trade here, oh, they don't want this goalie, so I can't. Give any unsigned guys that they want. A left wing. Do we have any D that they want? No. I just kind of want to get this done, so there we go, we got it. And that's all the trades we're going to make. I'm going to keep Domi. See, like, I don't know. He might not fit on our team in the future, but I don't think. Ooh, Columbus got Hamilton Kessler for a first round pick and that goalie. Ooh, he's really good. Oliver Bjorkstrand. He's going to turn really good. And then that goalie is not bad himself. So looks like Vancouver's in the old rebuild up. They send down Ryan Murray and Boone Jenner, and they get Kessler and Hamilton. That's a big trade. And then St. Louis got Havlat. Oh, this is before the trade deadline. That's kind of cool. I hope that doesn't happen in the future, though. Like, my team goes into a big rebuild, the Canucks. That sucks. I hope they stay good for a while. Dana Zubas for a second. Anything else? No. It's always weird to see the computers making trades. Tokarski and Chapek from wow. They're just going. See, this is what I wouldn't do as Columbus. Like, I'm not trading my prospects away to make a big push, but they're going to be scary now. If you look at their team, they're looking really good. We've got some. Philadelphia gets first round pick and James Shepard, and I wouldn't trade Voracek. Philadelphia's kind of my second team in the East. Ooh. I don't know. Interesting. So, how long? This has been. Oh, it's almost just over 20 minutes. So, let's just do like a week or two of Sims, see how this new look turns out. I'll set the lines to make sure CC's that 6th slot there. He is. I shouldn't really have to do anything else because we didn't get any of those centermen. But see what I'm saying? Like, grabbing Lawton there would have been an upgrade to any of our stuff. And we did have a worse 4th line, but it's looking like the progress reports this year have been bumping us. And that's something I totally forgot existed, so let's take a look. Yeah, Ribeiro is playing up to an 85 from an 82. McMillan down there is playing down. Yandel's playing up. Colburn is, who knows. Moss is playing down by 1. Ekman Larson could be up or down. Talbot's down. CC, we just got him, so who even knows? But, so we do have a few players playing up, which is nice. And like I said, we're just going to do a few more weeks here, see if we can still keep winning games without, what's his dick? I don't even remember his name. No, he's off the team, McCallick. Oh, it's a big game. This is a big game. I didn't even see it. Ooh, come on. Oh, they fucking smoked us too. We can't be losing those. We got to win those division games for sure. Here's another division game, but the Ducks aren't even going to make the playoffs. We're winning the division games that don't count, and we're losing the big ones. So we don't play the Oilers here, eh? Avalanche, we have their pick, so that would be a big game to win. We can't lose those. Come on, boys. At least that's OT. Loss. Fuck off. Loss. Come on, boys. You can't collapse. Well, if we don't get first, we might as well get third because second, like I said, is not going to be a favorable position to be in. There's another big conference game we have to win. I want to play the Oilers, so let's get to here. Let's slow sim LA and let's slow sim the Oilers just because those are some games I really want to win. Sim engine, still going slow. 40, 20, and 11 is a good record. I mean, we're at 91 points before we still have, what, 2, 6, 9, 11 games left in the season. 3 of them against LA, so those will all be big ones. And first period, we got the lead on a Yakupov snip right from the blue line there for the point. Second period, 1 each, Ekman Larson and Tyler Foley. And then third period, let's just stave them off. Perfect. We buried 2 more. So that's a big win that we needed. Big interdivision win there. I'd like to... I don't know. Should we be aiming? Like, where's the team standings? So LA... Well, we're right below them now. Ooh, we're in second. We're playing Calgary, as it looks like right now. 94, 3, 2, and 1. Like, that's unbelievable. And Carolina made a big jump up to 97 to be winning the league right now. Out of nowhere, they must be going on a tear. So it's probably a good thing we didn't get their pick, and we got Colorado's instead. But, yeah, we're in second, and like I said, that's not a good place for us to be. Let's sim this Oilers game, and then we'll sim... What do we have for time? 25 minutes. Maybe I'll set it up to sim the LA game for the next one, because those are all going to be huge games. Those are pretty much playoff games. That definitely determines who wins the West, and then we could even still take that President's home, depending on how Carolina performs and how we perform. So, are we tied with these guys? What do they have? 88, 96. We have 84, 96. Yeah, we're tied with these guys. They have more wins, so they're technically ahead of us. So this game is huge for us. This will put us back in second in the division. First period, another big goal of about a high slot, puts it home right from the hash mark. Second period, ooh, they get 2, Everly and Hall. Those guys are going to be good in 3 years. And third period, come on, ties it up. There we go, Moss. So now it's an overtime game. Oh, and of course they bury one. Taylor Hall has a game of his life, and it's an overtime loss for us, which is still a point. Don't get me wrong, every point is good here, especially at the end of the season, but that was a must-win for us. So we should be in... Oh, we're in second. LA had a big choke. So that was for first in the division. Ooh, and Colorado slipped to second in theirs. This is tight. This is a tight race, boys. I'm a little worried. I don't want to be second. I don't want to play one of the better teams. Maybe that's what happened last year, and we got Calgary, even though they still did well, and then that's why they beat us. I don't know. But I'm probably going to end this one right here, boys. Thanks for watching. Next episode, I'll slow sim this LA game, and this last game of the season versus LA, which is going to be a good one, and then also this Calgary game. So there's 3 huge games coming up in our next, what is that, 7 games? Yeah, we only have 7 games left, and 3 of them are real big ones, so this next episode is going to be exciting, and then we'll get into the playoffs and do a round or 2 there as well, because I don't believe that each playoff round should take a video. But thanks for watching this one, boys. If you liked the video, please press like on it, and sub to the channel, means a lot. I'll see you next time. Peace.